systems of equations for geometry, right? We need to be able to look at this equation and say, well, these are perpendiculars, right? So this is equal to 90 degrees. So I know that 3x minus 2y equals 90. And I also know that 6x plus 4y is equal to 90. Okay? And so now I have my two equations. So we learned a little bit about systems of equations, so now we can actually just add these two equations up so that we get rid of one of the variables. So what's going to be easier to do, right? To get rid of, to try to make 3 into a 6 or 2 into a 4, right? And in both cases, it doesn't really matter, right? Because we're going to be actually multiplying by 2. Okay? So I'm just going to multiply this by 2, and when I do that, I get 6x minus 4y equals 180. Okay? Now, is this going to be opposite of this already? Yes, right? So I don't have to worry about it. I just multiply this all by 1, and I've got 6x plus 4y equals 90, right? And I add these two equations up, and I get 12x, these cancel, is equal to 270.
Yeah, how did you get, like, what the heck? Where did the 180 come from? Oh yeah, I see multiply by 2.
Got it? The 180 came from multiplying this 90 by 2. Good? Okay?
On the sides, where the 2 and 1,
Yeah?
where did you get those?
So I was trying to figure out how I can change this into a 4 or this into a 6. And I came up with 2 would work, right? So I just said, well, I did it. And then I looked at it and I said, well, hey, this is negative and this is positive. So I really don't even have to do anything to it. They'll cancel right now, right? And so that's what I did. I just multiplied by 1. Okay? And that's how I got the 2 and 1. Good question. Okay? So now I want to divide by 12, right? And when we divide by 12, we get x is equal to, so how many times does 12 go into 27? Right? A bunch? Twice. I thought you said a bunch. I'm like, not a bunch. 2 times. So, and with how many left over? 3, right? So then how many times does 12 go into 30? And again, twice with how many left over? 6 left over the 12, right? Or I could call that 22 and 1/2. Now we could do the whole 6 over 12 thing, and then divide by 6, and we got 1 over 2. I think a lot of us know that 6/12 and 1/2, it's, by this stage of the game, we should know that, right? So I have x is equal to 22 and 1/2. Okay? Now I need to find y. Now I can plug this in and chug it out, right? Or I can stick with the same one, right? And have 6x minus 4y, right? Equals 180, right? And then I can take this 6x plus 4y equals 90, and I can multiply it by -1. And if I do that, then these all become negative 6x, negative 4y equals negative 90. And now when I add these up, right? When I add these up, the x's go away. Now, the y's become negative 8y equals 90. So now I just have to divide both sides by negative 8. Right? And I get y is equal to, and however many times 8 goes into 90, well, 8 goes into 9 once with 1 left over. 8 goes into 10 once with 2 left over, the 8. Or negative 11 and 1/4. So y is equal to negative 11 and 1/4. So when y is this and x is this, these two equations create a perpendicular on both sides. That's the only way that these guys can be perpendicular, is if x is 22.5 and y is 11 1/4, negative 11 1/4. Questions?